when you have an addiction, usually you got a double diagnosis. So you'll have depression, PTSD, something else that goes with it. And your coping mechanisms don't work so well when you have an addictive personality.
Right now, I'm noticing is that the mindset of some of the youth is that they expect things. They expect to get something for nothing.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me.
They don't expect to work anymore. They expect to all be like the next big rapper or things we never even thought about. Like, of course we had dreams of playing sports and all that, but we all knew sooner or later we got to get a job. But these guys in their 30s, they don't even want to work and they got kids and stuff. I don't even understand the mindset.
You know, but see, the thing is
and that's the thing
because what happened is that like the generation and where we come from, right? So when we were coming up, and it didn't matter if it was a spelling bee, it didn't matter if it was PAL baseball, it didn't matter if it was PAL football, it didn't matter what it was. There was only one person that was going to win, or one team that was going to win. There was going to be another team that came in second. Y'all might give somebody third, but after that, you just lost. And you were cool with that, and you told yourself, you know what? I got to, if I really want to win this, I got to work harder. I got to be better. But then something happened. And the kids that started growing up in the 90s versus us that grew up in the 70s, all of a sudden they say, you know what? We don't want people to feel like they lost. So we're going to give everybody a trophy.
Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner.
Participation.
Everybody's a winner. And so unlike us that said, damn, wow, I thought I could be in the NBA. I thought I could be in the NBA. But year after year, you going on playing and your team is losing and you ain't winning no awards. At some point, you say, you know what, maybe this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody can't get
But
started.
if you keep getting trophies, if every year, regardless of how bad you played, you still getting a trophy, yeah, you might believe that. Just you showing up.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that.
But they've done studies, and they said the people that swear a lot are, so I think what they were saying, very intelligent.
They're more intelligent.
More intelligent, but for you to be able to flip it and not use it and still express something, because sometimes, I guess by taking the profanity out, which could be an interjection or an inflection or reinforcement of something, and use the actual word, yeah, you could be describing something worse than the actual...
Exactly.
Or more graphic, because now using...
That's why, because...
The elders would say stuff like, well, people, and they had a point, people curse when they don't know what else to say. There's you can use profanity in a way that says exactly what you want to say.
I understand.
And then some.
I understand both sides of it, because when I do swear, it is a point of inflection, so I get it. And quite honestly, there's this little kid in you that still is just like, I get to say it now. I'm over 18. But then it becomes dumbed down, so you're not really giving everyone else. So it's like, so if I give you this visual, of something of a bad day, or I'm mad at my team losing the game, or like the reason I know I love Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a good football player, and I'm glad we got him. I have never called him Jared Goff in the middle of the game. I've called him Baby Hands. Baby Hands, it's Baby Hands, man.
He has small hands?
Yes, very small. It's him and Kenny Pickett.
How you grew up the football?
Yeah, because we had all those fumbles, so he's Baby Hands for the rest of his life. I respect him for what he did, but I refer to him as Baby Hands.
One person said, it's hard to find a solution in the pollution. We're in America. America is not set up to help us solve viable solutions. Yeah, well, again, that was intent. We have to, at this point, we have to start remembering that sometimes some of the old ways, gotta go back and do a Sankofa. Try to go back and get the things that are effective and then modify them as we move forward. But the main thing is we still have to see forward. We cannot go backwards into the future by watching the past. We have to find out a way to be able to have 360-degree sight, if that's what it takes. But again, in our education, and I want to bring this up because the last 10 years we've been fighting charter schools. That's a big business. The thing about charter schools is they can get your child, they get the money. Of course, again, they get the money for the child, vouchers, and we fought against Betsy DeVos joining DOE, Department of Education thing, so that's another story. But we asked them, how can we get our own charter? How come there are no African-centered charter schools? And that gives us the autonomy that we like, that we need, with the economics to make it happen. Okay? They don't want to answer that question.
The DPS was even chartering schools. I mean, I didn't even get that one.
Well,
I get a regular public school system.
Well, you remember how they
chartering your quote-unquote competition.
The union did that. Well, when Janet found out that the charter schools were doing that ungodly sin of running for a few years, getting all the money, taking all the students, and then any student that didn't fit that criteria, sending it back to DPS without prorated money.
Yeah, we couldn't do that.
Okay?
Just kick the kids out.
We just couldn't kick the kids out, but at the same time, you had to kick the kid out. The kid had to come back to DPS with no money in the budget for him. So now it's like Mama had to do. She didn't get extra chicken when the people came over. We just cut the chicken smaller. You know, people thought chicken only goes in the quarters. It's the best you can do. But my mama knew how to cut them chickens in the eight pieces of 16.
Yeah.
You know, the way you cut that chicken. And so you don't get a breast like this. You get a breast like this. About 6 foot. My mama can cut you get about. So that's pretty much what the church public schools had to do because they were sending these children back. But they were not prorating the money. So the charter schools, and not only that, the records wasn't coming back. So this child spent 2 years in a charter school. What was the achievement records? A student, B student, elemental P student. I mean, we had no records. They weren't paying the staff all that great, but so that was one of the biggest things that kind of shut down DPS and Detroit Federation of Teachers Union commitment for charter schools because there was no regulation. We couldn't regulate it. They just did what they wanted to do and fly-by-night organization, which is basically what they became, charter schools. So when we look at the whole drama, everybody wants to profit off educating black children. They just don't want to do the job. It reminds you of politicians. One politician used to tell me, I ain't going to mention his name because he still might run for something. But he used to say, give me a job, because he was the one with the shotgun and him and his old lady got into it. But anyway, so now he's asking for a job. He said, well, give me a job. I don't want to do the job.
I just want to do away.
I just want the job.
Come on now. Come on.
You know, I just got to pay the bills. Don't ask me to do the work. Nah, but that's some of the philosophy.
About the work of the community.
Yeah, it's about, I need the money.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Narcissistic.
So, that kind of thing was going on. And so, when we look at, people who want to educate our children, and let me say this, and this is something that I think, needs to be said. African-centered education works for white folks too. There was an incident. I'm going to record this for posterity. I'm going to give the name so you all can do the vetting, because when I don't, then you all say, I don't know the person like that. We had a student by the name of Bruce Bastuba. A white boy, European boy. He came to Malcolm X Academy.
Wait a minute. Was that the one with they did a newspaper article about him?
Yes.
They asked him, what is it like to be here?
Yes.
Digging all the dirt. The kid's like, I like to hear everything.
That was one of my students.
If I remember correctly, the kid's like, I'm enjoying being here.
Well, he came to us. His mother brought him.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's him. That's the only one. He went on Jerry Springer's show.
They tried to dig up the dirt.
Well, they wanted to see how it scared him. That scared him too. Because when he came to us, his mother brought him to us because they wanted to put their ideas, just like they are for black children who they say are difficult learning, attention deficit, whatever they want. All of them labels, ADHD, blah, 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 ODD.
He wasn't there to respond.
He wasn't. The mother didn't want him to be on all that medication because Ritalin was a lunch food of the day.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, the Ritalin and Prozac and all the rest of that stuff. So anyway, he came. So Doc gave him to me. He says, guess what? So, okay. So, you know, when I teach math. Other students, if you're so good at math, you can help him learn, your fellow student learn. So we have math games on the board. I'll put the same problem on the board and have 4 or 5 students go to bed and solve the problem. Okay? Same problem. Bruce was one of those things. So he got out there. So instead of him just trying to attack the problem, he looked at her, and he stood there, and he looked and he showed, like he's about to explode. I said, stop. You are not going to explode here today and mess up my clothes. Okay? You're going to do this problem. Calm your butt down. Try to solve the problem. If you cannot, we will teach you how to solve it. Right. We're not going to leave you out. I just want to see what you do in your mind. But when you about to, he's about to, you turn red, just show me more. Long story short, once we got through that barrier, because they get hyper when they can't initially do anything, the thing is to get hyper and get out there. Bruce calmed down, took a deep breath, started learning that he had to learn the system before he wanted to do it. Next thing you know, this boy is accelerating. It was such a remarkable turnaround. He went on the TV. Bruce, and so when his parents was telling him how well we did with him, they took her not only out of school, out the city, they took her out the state. They relocated the whole family. Yes.
It's like witness protection. So.
Yes. They had to hide this brother.
Oh, wow.
So, and this was way back in the 1995 when we got Bruce. All right. So fast forward to 2013. I'm retired. I retired in 2013. So I still have contact with Malcolm X Academy. I still go up there as my school. I still go up there and donate and hang out. One of the staff members, because I mentioned Bruce's name in the conversation, he says, yeah, Bob, but guess what? We were at an event, schools gathered at this event, and I had the kids out on a field trip, and I happened to mention that, we were at Malcolm X Academy. And this white woman comes running over there, charging me. It's like, oh, Malcolm X! And it's like, what? And she hugged me. It turned out to be Bruce Bastuba's aunt. When she heard it, she said, Malcolm X, my son, my nephew went there. Bruce Bastuba, y'all heard it. He's done what? He's graduate student. His brother turned out to be, he went straight to the head of his class. Okay? She said, Gibson, it scared me after that. I said, yeah, I bet it would. But this is what, we must differentiate between Black history.
Did you feel like Toussaint was loved?
Well, yeah, but the thing about it is, though, it's kind of funny, but Dr. John Henry Clark said it best. I love that. He was my mentor before he passed away. He said, Black history is the missing pages of world history.
That's right.
And so with that being said, all we did was unlock the boy's potential. We unlocked the truth. And you gotta think, if they're lying to us, they're lying to themselves too. They're not just telling us one thing and they're doing something. What they believe, they're giving us. We know what they believe is a lie. So if we undo it, that's why they don't want to make that buddy with the 2 pedagogies.
My name is Toussaint. I'm the videographer with Citizens of Reality, and I've been told that being in front of the camera is cathartic. Once you get to talking and you finally relax and talk about things, I guess the words just come naturally and flawlessly. So we're going to see. I have watched the transformation of people when you record them and once they get comfortable and shake off those initial nerves. And I used to always wonder, why is it with Barbara Walters? Why is it with Phil Donahue? Why is it even with Oprah that people get to talking to them? And even nowadays, it's like Club Shay Shay and other noted celebrity interviewers. Once somebody gets past that initial, oh, I hate being on camera, which is where I live. I hate being on camera, though I love to record people. That it does ease you up it gets the juices flowing. And there's a little bit of advice, I guess you would say, that I'd like to pass on. And it's something that I am trying to teach my grandkids. There are several things that are free in life, but there's three things in particular. One, they don't cost you anything. Two, they don't require much. And three, after you present them to people, it hits you with a bit of euphoria. The first one is one that I had to correct one of my grandsons about, which is about giving respect freely. Yes, everybody's heard you have to earn respect. Respect is something that you have to earn. But guess what? If you show respect initially, the majority of people are going to respond with respect. And those who don't respond with respect triggers your second one, which is kindness. Kindness is something that should come and is tied with understanding. When you give somebody respect and they don't respond with respect, your kindness factor should kick in. Because if they don't respond with respect, you don't know what that person is going through. No man knows what the next man or woman, not to discriminate, is thinking, is experiencing, is going through, is dealing with behind the lens of their eyes. So that's the second thing. Respect can be given freely, cost you nothing. Kindness can be given free. It costs you nothing. And kindness ties into the third thing that's free, a smile. When you smile at somebody, their natural response after they get over that initial shock that I'm hard, but somebody smiled at me, their initial response is to smile back. And when they smile back, they're showing you respect, which ties back to the beginning. So if you use kindness, respect, and a smile, things tend to go a whole lot better for you. And that's all tied to the golden rule, whatever you believe in. Me personally, I'm a disciple of Christ. And I know that the principle that other people call karma, that you get back what you give, you get back what you give. Everything happens in a cycle and a circle and comes back.